everybody. Welcome to my kitchen.
One of my favorite places to be.
Well,
Me too.
Blake had a little suggestion that we do one together. And as it's been in my kitchen over many years, my daughters have always been in the kitchen with me. We've made many good things together.
We're a good team.
Yeah, and so I really love working in this kitchen because it's big and we can all move around in the same spot.
What are we making tonight? Or what did you already make?
Well, I made grilled beets and potatoes together, and I did them on the grill. And for those of you who saw, this is the grilling basket.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You can't smell it, unfortunately, but it smells amazing. And when you cook it, you will get to experience that.
So
Yeah,
that's beets. That's beets and potatoes. Really nice color with those beets in there.
Yeah.
And you just grilled them on the grilling basket. And what'd you put?
Sea salt, olive oil, and garlic.
Nice.
You can put as much or as little garlic as you like. I like garlic.
Yes.
So I put like 3
too.
cloves on here. So it smells really good. Very garlicky.
Very fragrant.
Mm-hmm.
I'll touch on the health benefits of beets real quick. They boost energy. They improve brain function. We all need that. They balance blood pressure. It detoxifies the body, increases immunity, improves circulation, supports healthy skin, and encourages weight loss. And so
Bonus.
that's a super food right there.
The color, it's just in and of itself. The color, it's it's a root vegetable. But the bright color, the brighter the color of your vegetables, the better they are for you. So if you didn't want to do potatoes, we dug these potatoes and beets out of my garden. But if you didn't want to do white potatoes, red potatoes, Yukons, you could do sweet potatoes. And so you would have the orange and the red together, and that's really would be healthy.
And not everybody likes beets. Not everybody likes sweet potatoes. Whatever tastes good to you, you could make in this way.
You could even put some carrots in there.
Yeah.
Onions, whatever.
And Blake had some other spicing suggestions. I think cinnamon was one.
Cinnamon and allspice is a good one for beets.
Yeah, so if you are brave and want to try that tonight, let us know how that tastes to you.
Or red pepper flakes. I've done that before.
Yeah. So really, you can season these like we talked about with the lentils last week to your taste and to what sounds good to you. Yeah.
Great.
You should talk about these lovely looking sauces.
So some of you saw I made this cashew garlic aioli is what it's called.
Smells good.
I got the recipe online, but then Misty said you might want to soak your cashews for a little while. So I did. It's a cup of cashews, 3/4 cup of water, and I soaked them for a couple of hours, and then I threw them in my little blender thing with garlic, lemon juice, and sea salt. And you took a little taste.
It's very good. The thing about cashews is if you're trying to go vegan, it's great for a cheese replacement or a mayonnaise replacement or any kind of sauce. If you soak those cashews and blend them up like you did, look, get here.
So this is a garlic
aioli. Look at that texture. It's amazing. And so I know that in a lot of vegan recipes they'll use this kind of thing for like a cheese. So you could make macaroni and cheese and flavor it.
So what's in the garlic aioli again? Cashews. Word up in a food processor.
Yes, and it's actually a smoothie maker.
Oh.
Yeah. So
you soaked the cashews, you blended them up.
I just did it for a couple of hours. And then while it was blending, I put in the lemon juice, the garlic, fresh garlic cloves. I squeezed in like 3, some sea salt, and
cool.
There you have it. And I was surprised how creamy it turned out. I've never done that to cashews. They're one of my favorite nuts. I have, however, put cashews in pesto, basil pesto. It calls for pine nuts, but their pine nuts are like really expensive.
Right.
And they're kind of a creamy nut too. So I thought I would try cashews in it once, and I did. So today, because I had leftover cashews, I soaked them again, not for very long, and I went out to the garden, picked some basil, and I made a creamy basil spread. So that's what this is.
Oh.
And so I put in my pesto, I usually put basil, olive oil, sea salt, garlic, and Parmesan.
Mm-hmm.
But this, I whirled up the cashews first, and then I put the basil in, the sea salt, and the garlic. And it's kind of more like a spread that you can spread on your hamburger.
Oh,
So
that sounds delicious.
I know Sam loves to make sandwiches with pesto. So this is like a creamy type of pesto.
Yeah. And I tasted that as well. It is amazing. And yeah, and you didn't use the Parmesan. So the creamy cashews, the soaked cashews kind of added that cheesy flavor.
It made it a little thicker and a little creamier. So that's really good. And so I like to make little special sauces when I'm making burgers, veggie burgers, any kind of like sandwich where you're going to put something on. It just for something special. It gives it a special flair.
Takes it to the next level.
Yes.
Next level stuff we're talking about here.
We have some basil health benefits. Helps with arthritis, relieves stress, anti-aging properties, strengthens bones, aids metabolism, antimicrobial properties, and strong antioxidants against cancer.
Yeah. So basil's one of those herbs. Some of your herbs are going to be very high in antioxidants, which is great for fighting off those free radicals for cancer or a lot of other diseases.
And the great thing about pesto is you take a lot of basil. It's amazing. You can pick a whole bowl.
Yeah.
And you whir it up in your food processor, and a lot of basil turns into this small bowl. So you're really getting a lot of nutrients when you put a spread on something like that. It looks little, but it's a lot, actually.
Yes, and antimicrobial is antiviral, antibacterial, and antifungal. And so it's got a lot of healing properties for even the cold or viruses or whatever ails you. It can really boost your immune system.
Well, and I've done a pesto before with cilantro too. And so when I go do my weekly shopping at Nature's, I always buy a thing of cilantro. I always buy a thing of basil, and then my other veggies. So I oftentimes have to go, because the basil's like super popular, go find Amy and say, you got any basil back there? Because people love it. Yeah. But it really makes a great pesto with cilantro too, with no cheese, just the olive oil, the sea salt, and the garlic. And you can freeze those in ice cube trays and then put it in the freezer in a Ziploc baggie. And when you're cooking your beans, plop one of those in there.
Yeah.
It's genius.
Yeah, it gives it a really great flavor.
For sure. Yeah, all that's good. So on that note, where we're talking about spreads for your burger, we have a couple. I'm kind of the veggie burger expert. We eat a lot of veggie burgers, and our kids love all different kinds, and it's a really easy, quick lunch for them. And so I end up buying all kinds of different veggie burgers just so they can try them. So I've tried all of these. This is the healthiest option. The Hillary's brand is going to be your healthiest option. And this was the Southwest Adzuki bean. And it's got millet adzuki beans with sweet potato, green chilies, and lime. And it's totally plant-based. It's really healthy. So if you're going for the healthiest option, if you want the most nutrients.
Yeah, they're pretty good too. They're
definitely
probably the only downside of them is there's no egg or anything in them to hold them together. Egg or cheese, so they're can be a little crumbly.
They're a little crumbly, but they do hold up. And if you're eating it on a bun and with the other stuff, it kind of holds it.
Yeah, I really like them.
And so
this is how we're cooking them.
Yeah,
we've put them in the oven on a stone, and so that's kind of a good way to do it.
These are them in the back.
Yeah,
and they're a good size.
Yeah.
So if you go on the grill with those, you want to put them on something.
Yeah, if you
foil
or a
grilling basket or something.
Put them on there. So I suggested to Mom to put them in the oven. That's how I usually cook them.
Yeah.
And when you get it off of the stone, use a really wide spatula like this, so that it stays together and really nice. But it's got good flavor. And then of course the Morningstar products, all of them are so great. They're so tasty. We have the Griller's Original, which is my dad's favorite.
Sam's.
Yeah.
Anytime.
And I know you really like this, the grillers too, Blake.
Mm-hmm.
Another kind that I didn't...
You can tell us what your favorite is, those of you who are watching.
Yeah, let us know what your favorite is. The other kind that I like is the Morningstar Garden Veggie. And I talked about that in the last health challenge. So if you watched that one, it's full of it's got water chestnuts and carrots and rice and all kinds of stuff in it. Yeah. And my kids love that. So a couple of times a week for lunch, I cut up one of those for them and they love it. So those are your burger options. You can let us know what you chose for tonight. And it's one of those things, if this is your first night eating like a patty, try different kinds until you find the one you like. So if you tried one tonight that you didn't like, don't give up. Get a different brand, try a different kind, and I guarantee you'll find one that you like.
There is something out there for you.
Yeah. The Garden Burger brand, did you already say that one? It has mozzarella cheese in it. Mm-hmm. It's pretty darn good.
Yeah, that one is really good. So the last thing, I guess we have two more things we're going to talk about, this salad and watermelon. So I made this green salad today. You can put whatever you want in a green salad. Something that I want to note is I always buy the sprouts at Nature's, and Blake loves these on the top of his salad. Again, it just adds tons of nutrients.
Sprouts are really good for you.
There's two kinds of sprouts at Nature's. There's the kind in the bag, and then there's Jen's microgreens.
Local,
which I prefer the microgreens. I think Blake kind of likes the
I like
sprout
both.
flavor.
I like both.
I usually buy them both. I'll put the microgreens on top of mine, and he puts those. And then if not everybody likes it, you don't have to put it on the salad. You can just have it out, and Blake usually loads the top of his salad. But I just put lots of different things in here. Something that I've really been liking lately is I buy a bag of frozen peas from Nature's, and I just put the frozen peas on the top of the salad, and they'll unfreeze and just be really nice, and they keep your salad really nice and crisp. So the other thing,
having fresh peas.
Yes, it's delicious on there. The other thing that I added to this that I don't normally is kale. And I know not everybody loves kale.
I do.
Yes, you're maybe a small percentage.
Slightly weird. I admit it.
But one way to get the kale in there that's not overpowering is to take a leaf, roll it up real tight. What's it called?
Chiffonade.
She knows the technical.
Really tiny slivers.
So yeah, you roll it up and then you dice the roll. And then I always cut around the middle stem because the stem on a kale leaf is really tough. Can be really tough. Yeah. And I take the stem out. And so I just have those chiffonade.
Yeah, unless you cook pieces. Kale, steam it or boil it or something, it's not, the stem is not too good.
Yeah. But in that way, it's not overpowering and you're getting your kale in there, and kale is just super healthy. But then we have Isla's dressing, which we've talked a lot about, and you're really the queen of this. I don't know why I'm doing this, but...
Isla is Misty's grandma.
Yes.
Sam's mother.
Uh-huh.
And
she was from... Go ahead.
Finland.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And very health conscious. In fact, we visited her when she broke her arm, and she was in a rehab facility or whatever it was, care place, and we went in and she wanted to know if we brought her any fresh vegetables, any raw celery, because the food there was so bad.
Yeah.
Apples, anything, please.
She was dying for raw. She had a heavy accent. Raw. Do you have any raw carrots?
Like, sorry, not on us.
She cleans her teeth with them.
Anyhow, this was a dressing, and they moved to La Grande area to live with my parents when they got really, really old. And anyhow, in those years, we learned this salad dressing, and we really loved it. So the base is olive oil, and I don't use any measurements, but this is the base, the main, part of it. 1 part olive oil.
We do have a recipe that Misty made up. So hit me up if you need it. I can send it to you.
And then I have this squirt lemon. This is what my mom has. This is a really good brand, the Santa Cruz pure lemon juice. You can't get any better than this. But I buy
Sam
this
drinks
spray.
a hot lemon and honey drink every morning in place. He doesn't drink coffee. Yeah. That's what he drinks. So that's why we have that.
So it's a really good flavor. But when I squeeze the lemon in, it kind of breaks up the olive oil. So you can do that. But this, you just pour in a 1/2 part lemon juice. And then this Bragg liquid aminos, it's kind of like a soy sauce, but it's just healthier. And we use Bragg a lot. Bragg's a really good seasoning. In fact, when I make spaghetti, I put this in my spaghetti sauce, and it gives it a nice meaty flavor. A half part Bragg, and then you have your brewer's yeast flakes. And I just pour that in until I get the consistency I like. And
or if you're me and you're trying to make it, you do it until you've overdone it.
Yes.
And then it's a problem.
Blake, no matter how many times he tries to make it, he never seems to get it right. I don't know if he just
slightly
gets it wrong so that he never has to make it or what. I don't know, but
it's actually Sam's job. He doesn't like to cook, but he will always make the salad dressing, and he'll always cut up veggies for me. So
yeah.
I appreciate that.
So I just keep adding a little bit at a time until I get how I like it, and that looks about right to me. I might put a little more. So there's no exact measurements here, and then I always like to add
this is like
garlic.
You can do it without the garlic, but with the garlic, takes its next level. It's like over the top.
So we've got a lot of garlic.
Right home to mama about.
Garlic here, garlic here, and garlic here.
And we talked about the health benefits of garlic last time.
Yeah.
They are many.
The list is long, folks. The list is long.
And this minced is one of my favorite ways to eat it on anything, in anything.
You can do
and
that.
Raw, I mean, I really love it. But I know Jess, my other daughter, it bothers her to eat it raw. So she likes to roast her.
Mm-hmm.
In the oven.
Roasted, pickled.
Roasted garlic. And so there's all kinds of recipes for that online.
So you can get a close-up of this so that people can see kind of how it comes together. And it's just a really nice flavor. Not everybody likes it. So some people love it. We fell in love with it, and we put it on everything. We put it on rice. We put it in just, if a dish tastes bland a little bit, we put that on there instead of salt and pepper, and it's all good.
Shall we make one plate?
Yeah.
Make a plate up and show us the final product here.
Well, and while
Ooh.
we got to talk about this.
Oh, the watermelon. We can't forget. So the main thing about watermelon, the main health benefit of watermelon is that it hydrates. So it is great for the summer. A few years ago when our son had a tonsillectomy, he just didn't want to drink anything because it hurt so bad. But he would eat watermelon. He wouldn't even eat popsicles. But he would eat watermelon, and so I knew he was getting hydrated. There's also a lot of other health benefits, but the main one for watermelon is it's hydrating, and it just tastes wonderful. This is the organic watermelon that they have at Nature's. They're an excellent price for a big-sized organic watermelon. And I've noticed lately that the skin of it, the whatever rind, is all green, and so it's really pretty. But it's an amazing flavor. You won't regret buying.
You know, one thing you notice about eating raw vegetables and fruits and stuff is there's so much water in them that you don't need to drink water or drinks to like wash it down.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, and I didn't really realize that until recent months, in that a lot of the foods we eat today, we need something to wash it down with because it's so dry. Breads and cheese, and all the different foods. But when you eat raw produce and fruit and vegetables, there's so much water in it. If you chew it up, you don't need something to chase it down with.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a coincidence.
Yeah. Put a little bit of this lovely looking salad on there. With the dressing. And a slice of watermelon on the side there.
And there you go. This is like a garden meal. And we
There we
love
go.
those.
Yeah.
You got the garden burger we'll top that up, some salad with Isla's dressing, beets and potatoes on the grill, and watermelon.
And we were going to talk about the corn on the cob.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Yeah, our shipment of that didn't come in, so we didn't quite pull that one off.
But this
So
is
apologies.
a full plate of food right here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is a full plate of food. And I have a confession to make. last Friday, I did go through McDonald's with my kids. They like the chicken nuggets there sometime, and I got a spicy chicken sandwich. And like Blake was saying, I felt like I needed to wash it down. And then like 2 hours later, I was starving. And I didn't ever feel full. It wasn't satiating to me. So this is like, you know, a sandwich that's going to fill you. You're going to feel good afterwards. You're
Whole
gonna
grain
be full
bread
for hours. And you're not going to feel just like, ugh, all afternoon. And so
Yeah, I got this.
Yeah.
These buns.
Mm-hmm. And the thing is, at the point we are in our society today, we have more calories available, more food available to us than any time in history. But it's also nutrient deficient that we end up getting too many calories and not enough nutrients.
And being hungrier.
And so we're literally we're starving ourselves by the food we eat because our bodies aren't getting what they need. So remember that everything we put in our mouths is either aiding disease or it's aiding healing in our bodies.
Yeah. And so, man,
And
I'm going to enjoy this meal tonight, and I know that afterwards I'm going to feel good. Yes.
And thank you, ladies, so much. It's always a joy to get to spend some time with you, and always appreciate the fruits of your labor in the kitchen. You've done an amazing job. Thank you so much for your work and doing this live show tonight.
Yeah. And post your pictures if you make it, and tell us what you think.
All right. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.